Hello, greetings. This is Gillesmansillon. I'm called to come back and speak today. I wanted to share certain ideas. The first idea is the power of prayer for when we it's it's a very powerful thing to turn to spirit to ask for, because we are always living in a situation in this world that is always changing, and therefore there is always new desires, and therefore there is once a desire is been emitted, it's like a Pandora's box. It cannot go back into it. The spirit will find a way to bring it into our life. So until we can fulfill those desires that we've created ourselves, we won't find satisfaction. So for that, we often have to turn to prayer, and the understanding is that when we associate our thoughts and prayer with an archangel such as Ariel, Uriel, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Metatron, Sandalphon, any archangels that we chance to know or feel connected to we can assist us in magnifying our prayer. And so it is important to communicate with them and to allow them to assist us. For in essence, what I've come to realize is that life happens within our head. Everything that's happened within our head, everything is received through the intuition, as Immanuel Kant was one of the first to express that everything is received through the intuition. Then it is projected into our brain that creates all this reality. We are magnificent beings. We are able to manifest this amazing body that we do not really master yet. We have control over certain function of our body, but we do not know the whole thing. Otherwise, we would be immortals. Like the Greek gods who are ascending beings, but they came down from a much higher planes. They had integrated their immortality, and that gave them some amazing powers. But if anyone can do anything, we can also do it. So it's all about returning to this connection, understanding that it's all about what we think and what we believe we make real. So it's about because we're telling a story to ourselves. I think it was in Macbeth that Shakespeare says life is a story told by an idiot. For we are not always very lucid in relationship to the story we tell ourselves. So it's about improving the quality of the story that we tell ourselves. And in a sense, history is the sum of all stories. Although there are certain people, characters, personas that marks history for better or for worse, everybody's contributing to making history at every moment. And I wanted to also bring the idea that what does peace and fulfillment come? Peace and fulfillment, that's what we want, peace and fulfillment and happiness. But what does that mean to you? Because something that peace and happiness and fulfillment can mean something to someone and something else to someone else. For someone can find peace and happiness just sitting in the garden. Other people will need to jump off the mountain. Other people will need to work hard on something, or so it's all about finding out what it is that you, and to continue to improve that connection, so we can allow those experiences to flow into our lives. And so I'm going to pull a few cards. I feel there may be a very big breakthrough, although I'm still I was a little bit shaken up this morning. For the highest wisdom is the Celt. It's about the connection to the magic kingdom, the nature kingdom, the magic of the environment, and the wisdom for plants, the plant world. The Celts were really knowledgeable about the power of plants for healing, and to connect to the consciousness of trees and the woods and the natural. So it's about connecting to the divas and the magic kingdom. You may want to call on an ascended master called Lord Merlin. He will definitely assist in the process of regaining new powers. What we need to understand is the Amerindian. It's about home. It's about living. Amerindian lived a very peaceful and very fulfilled life. Yet they had very little impact on the environment. There was a great deal of respect and blending with the natural elements, and it's also the idea of living in a circle. It may be about traveling to America as well. What we need to do is trust and faith. It's about trust and faith. No matter what, the more we can trust, the more faith we have, the higher, the faster things will flow into our life. And the outcome is the knighthood. It's about being brave, about being courageous, about defending our values, or whatever else those cards may inspire to you. For it's not really what I'm saying; it's how you feel. That's really important. How you feel in relationship to certain ideas, and how they can improve the quality of your life. What I came to realize is that we are the creators of the universe. At the beginning of the universe, we were involved with its creation, and we were doing that with God, and we, for source, or supreme intelligence, and we trusted God so much because we know that God is infallible, His light is unbreakable, indestructible, immortal, eternal. His wisdom is without limits, and so we were part of that creation, and as God asked us to get involved in this process of creation, we volunteered. And so but now at some point the soul wants to explore the darkness, and then from exploring the light, and then once we explore the darkness and the light, we want to slowly remove the darkness in order to return to the light. And then in order to return to the source, there is this clarion call that's been heard by many people, and millions of people are awakening on the planet. Also, I say that imagination, dreams, and illusions are just as real to spirit as what we call reality. For whatever we believe, we make real, and so it's about being. If we believe in an illusion, spirit will match that desire to make it real for us. So it's about choosing what is the timeline that we to. Not to judge ourselves for the limitation that we may project, but to recognize, to stop the thought before they take too much momentum when they're negative. If we have a positive thought, we can allow it to gain momentum, but if it's the ability to stop the thoughts before it gets too much momentum, if the thought is not completely what we want. It's also about learning to breathe more consciously. Because for a long time, we live in a world that's very stressed out. Civilization, the way we've made it, is not really a pure path of happiness for everyone just yet. We're going to move. That's what the golden age will. That's what the golden age. That's the rewards of all the works that will be done. That will manifest in the future. But for now, there may be stress, and for a long time, when we were stressed, we turned to all kinds of substance or food or distractions. But now we have to learn to breathe through it rather than trying to find an escape. It is, and more people are able to do that. For right now, we just passed through the conjunction of Pluton and Saturn in the sky and Capricorn, and this is really the shaking up and deconstruction of the old society. And then next year, those planets are going to move into Aquarius. The last time it happens, it was the time of the French Revolution or the American Revolution, the War of Independence, I believe. And so it's so it's about understanding that we're living in a very shifting time, and so to breathe through all those things and not to be as little in judgment as possible in order to remain free and not to be entangled in all those things that are exiting the system. So I'd say that there is no more leeways for all the dark forces, all those who work against life, against humanity, against the planet. For years and decades, Spirit, Company of Heaven, has been giving a chance to bow to the light and to let go. And they always say yes, but they always return to the old ways and of control and manipulation and destruction. But they no longer have this leeway, this time for the archangels and the higher beings of the universe have declared the freedom of this planet, so they will happen, and they will be removed if they're unable to reform themselves. For there is no more time, really. Even for us, we have no more time. So we have to use the time as much as possible to accept our empowerment and to allow things to flow into our life. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. Behind me, this is a pastel. It's part of a series of 64 pastels. Every couple of years I do them. It's about the I Ching. This is number 43. It's called Breakthrough. I've sold hundreds of those because at first my work was very esoterical, but my pastels were more figurative, so it was much easier for a lot of people to understand, and this is one I have here, and this is part of a series of interior I did from 2005 to 2007. Well, I'm still doing it, but it was and so this is about two paintings, and it's like Starry Realm above. And it's the relationship. It's called the Museum Series. And I pull one more card. I'm going to sing a song. It's a song from the late 80s. It reminds me of when I was living in Manhattan, in New York City. It goes like this. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's walking up to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's coming home to you. When I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Sha-la-la-la, 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 sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. When I'm working, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when money comes in from the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. And when I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And if I grow old, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing old with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I wake up, well, I hope I'm gonna be the man who's walking up to you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time I had with you. Little songs that's like for some reason sometimes music reminds you of the times and places and situations where you were when the music first came into our consciousness or came out. And so but some music just pass through the test of time a lot better than others. Same thing with art. All the art, certain things, the more soul and spirit there is in the arts on the vibrational level, whether it's music, architecture, dance, or dance doesn't, it's something more like spontaneous in the moment, but every form of art, the more heart there is, the more love there is in the art, the greater the chance that it will survive the test of time. Oh, we had the same card as, I just mixed the card, the same card as we had in French, in the French reading. The page of Michael, honest, perspicace, critic, and brusque. A new challenge is awaiting you. You have everything to succeed. Study carefully all contracts or documents. So it's about being prepared, about not making any quick deals, about thinking about things, making sure that everything's rounded up, and then we can move forwards. But we're gonna need to move forwards because there's a lot of activities that is coming before us. Well, I hope you find this message interesting. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.